This episode of April and Jay Have No Ideas is brought to you by the Misconnection section of Craigslist, because Bombas Socks won't return my calls ever since I shared with them how I use their gym socks.
CDTV, Deep Throat, Missing Will, Glen Cove. Hi, Will. Thought I saw you. I used to deep throat your 9-inch. Miss you. Get in touch if I was you. Glen Cove Avenue at Valentine Avenue. Posted about an hour ago. Hi, I'm April.
And I'm Jay.
And it was your turn, but we have no ideas.
Sorry, I was playing with this fascinating crayon pencil thing.
We're supposed to be recording.
I mean, you could still record while I'm playing with the pencil thing. Can I start off by saying it's quite obvious because most people in America do, but how much I hate the Kardashians. Like, they're just garbage human beings.
Yes.
I don't know.
Allegedly, we don't want to get sued.
They're allegedly garbage human beings. No, there's nothing alleged about it. They're garbage human beings. There's a video floating around of Kim leaving a restaurant, getting to the car, and then realizing she forgot her fucking child inside.
Stop it.
So she walks back in the restaurant and then comes out with her fucking child.
She left her fucking kid in the restaurant?
In a restaurant. So I don't want to give her any credit, but I mean, I guess we don't know the whole story, but even still, fucking garbage.
At least she remembered she had a child before she drove away.
Doesn't she have several now?
Yeah, I think so.
Just the worst.
As I tell my students all the time, everything I ever learned about the Kardashians, I learned against my will.
Fair enough.
So can we talk about, before we get into what you want to talk about, can we talk about this Momo challenge and how I keep seeing it everywhere?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Is it real, or is this one of those, like, stupid internet hoaxes?
I have no idea. I saw a bunch of articles about it. So here's what I'll tell you about it. I don't know specifically about the creepy-looking woman thing, but there is a lot of dark shit floating around out there on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Some of which my kid came across one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like hidden in other videos and shit. So one of the big ones is there's a television show called Peppa Pig.
Yes.
It's a cartoon.
I'm aware of Peppa Pig.
And they like hide shit. They make like videos where the characters are like stabbing each other and stuff, and like it's really ridiculous. So I don't know how this other thing like came about. Apparently there's people who have seen some of these videos. I have not seen them. I even tried looking for them because I want to know what the hell this is and how I can avoid it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know what the hell it is, really. I mean, I get what they're saying it is, but I haven't seen it, so I don't really know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I
It's fucking sadistic is what it is.
I Googled about it. I mean, it's apparently a suicide challenge.
Yes.
I don't know if it's similar to, like, the blue or purple or pink whale that was going on over the summer.
I do not know about that.
Oh, that one was another suicide challenge that was aimed at teenagers. It was I think it was like the blue whale suicide. The Blue Whale Challenge, also known as... Hold on. Come up. Thank you. The Blue Whale Suicide Game. It was an urban legend about an online game in which participants are purportedly assigned a curator who orders various acts of self-harm to be committed over the course of 50 days. On the final day, participants are urged to win the game by committing suicide.
That's effed up.
While over 100 teen suicides have been reportedly linked to the game, no direct evidence has been found. Apparently, it was... I remember seeing it like this summer. A Russian guy named Philip Budakin claimed to have invented the game to cleanse society of biological waste. He pled guilty to urging 16 teenage girls to commit suicide. Then somebody else was arrested of suspicion of being a Blue Whale game administrator. These are all in other countries. Oh, both in Russia. In 2017, Miami Police Department uploaded a video about the challenge to their official Facebook. There was much skepticism. A kid was found hanging dead. So I don't really know what the whole thing with the Momo challenge is, but I
think it's similar. It's just trying to convince these kids to hurt themselves.
But The Atlantic put out something this morning that said it's not real and it's a
viral
hoax.
Yeah. So I don't know what the hell it is at this point. I just know there is some effed up shit out there, and it's hard to avoid it at times.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's this woman's face is creepy.
Yeah.
Mother Bird. That's what she's called.
Okay. People are fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. Lighter news.
Yeah.
There was an announcement made, I believe this week. Maybe I talked about it already. Yeah, I talked about it in the last episode how Disney has decided they're going to use James Gunn's script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not new news.
Oh, tonight is brought to you by tequila.
What's that?
So tonight is brought to you by tequila.
Why is it brought to me by tequila?
Because I'm drinking tequila tonight.
Oh my god, you have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and
Ugh.
I teach 2 classes tomorrow. And I don't drink to the point of I can have a drink and be fine.
Okay, boozy. I can stop anytime I want. I don't have a problem. Anyway,
it's true, I don't.
Let's see. What else do I got here? They released some trailers this week. Actually, today, February 28th, they released the newest trailer for Dark Phoenix. I don't know if you saw that yet.
I worked all day and then went and got my hair done. So no.
You could have just said no. I have to run through your whole schedule.
Listen, jerk.
So it was pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It looks... What?
Go on. It's just Sophie Turner reminded me of something else. Go on.
It looks like it's going to be pretty good. It looks like they're amending their mistake from the last time they did this type of storyline.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going to be a bit more accurate to the comics storyline.
Okay.
Which is like a bit more of a cosmic entity sort of thing.
All right.
So we'll see how that plays out. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that today, Sophie Turner's fiance and Priyanka...
Yeah, Jonas?
Yes. And Priyanka Chopra's husband, Nick, also a Jonas. And their other brother, Kevin, a.k.a. the Jonas Brothers...
decided to put their purity rings back on?
Announced that they are dropping a single tonight at midnight.
I'm sure you'll be staying up for that.
Now wait till tomorrow. I'll just watch it. I'll just listen to it tomorrow morning. But I'm very excited. It's been 5 years since they put out new music, I think. Might be longer than that.
The Joe Bros.
The Joe Bros. I like the Joe Bros.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Listen,
Linda.
Listen, Linda. You know what? I can like pure things sometimes.
Sure. Everybody can do whatever they want. Have you ever watched the show Into the Badlands on AMC?
I have not.
Oh, it's a pretty good show. It's like a futuristic martial arts type of wasteland show. It's pretty cool. If you do watch it, you probably know that the next season is going to be the last season. I think it's next season is season 3, and they have about 8 episodes left, and then it's going to end, which is kind of disappointing. I thought it was a pretty good show.
Okay. And yet The Walking Dead keeps going on.
It has its moments where I think it's going to get better, and then I'm just like, meh.
You know what, though? This week's episode was pretty good.
That's true. The episode that was prior to February 28th, because this episode we're recording now won't be released till next weekend.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When you're listening now.
It's
been pretty good.
And I'm very excited because next week, so this past weekend for those listening in the future, we finally get to meet Beta, and I'm so excited.
I know you are.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
So last week, our last episode, we'll say, we discussed biopics, and neither of us had seen Bohemian Rhapsody.
That is true.
And we rectified that the following weekend.
That is also true.
Jason texted me, what was it, on Saturday?
Perhaps.
Yes, it had to be Saturday. And was like, what did he say?
Oh, you're going to quote me directly?
I am. There's actually a lot I could quote.
Once you find it.
There's actually like a lot I could quote because of our conversation with the Oscars.
Fair enough. We'll get to that.
Okay, so why did it do that? Hold on. Jesus H. Sorry. I thought. Okay.
Do I have to bring it up on my own phone?
Nope. I got it. You texted me and said we rented Bohemian Rhapsody last night. I responded with and. You said it was literally heartbreakingly good. Never loved a biopic as much as this one. I said, really? You gave me the 100 emoji.
I did.
So I said, now I'm going to have to get it. You said, you have to. And then, I don't know, probably an hour later, I said, starting it now. And then I'm just going to go through my responses as I'm watching it. So you said, good. I said, casting is perfect. Young Brian May looks like Brian May. Your response was, yup. The next thing I said was, why is Littlefinger in this? And you said, ha ha ha, wait until you see Mike Myers. Then I said, it's not taking me out of the movie knowing it's not Rami singing. You said, agreed. I said, oh my god, Mike Myers. You said, I know, right? I said, this makes me want to get back into singing. Wow. And then the crying emoji.
So, on a side note, too, Rami did sing a little bit. The voice you heard in the movie was an amalgamation of Rami, Freddie, and a gentleman whose name I don't remember, who's a Freddie Mercury impersonator.
Yep.
And they basically mixed all 3 voices together.
Yeah. It was absolutely incredible.
Really was.
And I obviously know how the story ends because...
Obviously.
I didn't expect it to hit me like it did.
Right?
When they ended the concert, it just I was getting teary-eyed, but then they put up the card with Freddie actually singing and discussing, how he died and everything. Oh my god. I sat there sobbing. Which made me then not want to watch A Star Is Born.
My wife's still trying to get me to watch that movie, and I have no desire.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to be in the right frame of mind.
Don't want to watch it at all.
See, but at least you will watch things that your wife wants you to watch. My husband will not watch
always.
Things.
Not always, although once in a while I'll Never mind. I'm not going to give that away. Give that away.
No. Give it away.
Once in a while, I'll watch a Bravo show.
Well, because Bravo shows are utterly ridiculous, and sometimes you just need to.
I like the one on the boat.
Which one on the boat? There's 3 of them.
What do you mean there's 3 of them? There's only one on the boat.
There's 3. There's Below Deck Med, and then there's another one.
Those are all technically the same show.
But then there's another one that I watched with one of my friends that was like, these rich people like rent a boat and live on it, and they're the crew as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that one.
Did you watch the YouTube clip I sent you, by the way, of all the Rami Malek on War at Home?
I did not.
That sounded very aggressive.
I got real aggressive. I didn't get off my back. No, I did not get a chance to.
I didn't realize how old that show was, because like I said in the message, I've been a fan of him for a while because of that show.
Was that his first like foray into acting?
I think television-wise, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like a classically trained, like he went to college for theater.
Oh, okay, interesting.
He was on, I'm gonna say Kimmel, and talked about how he because he has a twin brother, and they're identical twins.
Right.
And he had just gotten back from college, and his twin brother like called him up and he was like, "Hey, do you know any Shakespearean like monologues?" And he was like, "Have
all of them?
Like that's what I'm going to school for." He's like, "Listen," he's like, "I've got a final and I need help. Can you come and be me for this final?" And so, like, Rami, like, went and they switched clothes, and he went to the class and stood up and did some monologue, and the teacher was like, where did that even come from? And he's like, "Did I get the points to graduate?" And she's like, yeah, you got the points. And he's like, "Okay, gotta go." So, like, him and his brother cheated on one of his brother's finals, where he pretended to be him. Yeah. But yeah, the War at Home, it was I want to say it was like on Fox or something in like the early mid 2000s. He was super young and baby faced.
Okay.
And it was such a funny show. But I remember him being on it, and then he was in the last Twilight movie.
Was he really?
He was.
That's unfortunate.
He played one of the like distant relative family friends of the Cullens, and he was like the Egyptian that could like manipulate the earth and stuff.
Oh, of course he was.
He was.
It's a bit typecast.
Well, yeah. But that's okay. Sometimes it happens.
It's true.
Okay.
So this is kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little present right now.
Really?
And you probably know already, so I'm probably just assuming. But the present is to let you know that Mr. Andre Brower has joined Instagram and Twitter, and it's glorious.
I did not know this, but I am going to look for him right now.
Oh my god, it is the most amazing thing. He hasn't even really posted that much, but he's so funny. It's so good. The last couple of posts were just him singing about how he joined Instagram, and then he posted that he sung that he was joining Twitter.
All right, let me.
He said something about Instagram being the gateway drug to social media, and now he's just joining Twitter.
Andre Brower. Where are you, Andre Brower, on Twitter? I don't know how to spell his last name.
It is
Ugher?
Nope, Braugher.
Oh, there he is with his check mark. Follow. They got renewed for season 7, BT Dubs.
I know, that was part of it.
Oh, sorry. All
so,
right.
like, for example, here's a picture of him, or a thing he posted to Instagram of him on the set of Brooklyn Nine-Nine wearing a giant mustache, a big like black mustache, and it went something like, was this the video one? Oh no, he didn't actually say it. Oh, here was the one I was talking about. Ready?
I'm joining Twitter.
That was it. And he said in the comments,
Twitter.
sorry. But the first one this was the first one.
You know that I've joined Instagram. You'll be happy to know that I've joined Instagram.
That's right. Only the second one was a singing one.
Oh my god, I love him.
Was there something else? Hold on.
Is Andy Samberg on Twitter or Instagram? Yes, he is.
Of course he is.
He has exactly one. That can't be. Well, it is the check mark.
So yeah, he's only posted 8 things on Instagram, but man.
Oh, Andy Samberg posts a lot. Him and the rest of the Lonely Island share this Instagram.
Of course they do.
Oh man. So unrelated, but like not, but kind of, but we haven't gotten to the Oscar stuff yet, but you mentioned Dark Phoenix, and I did want to... Did you see that James McAvoy found a Sharpie on the red carpet?
I did not see that.
He found a red Sharpie on the red carpet and took it and had people sign his shirt, and he was going to put it up for auction for charity.
Okay.
Like, he had like famous people signing his shirt. James McAvoy. So he was like walking around with like red signatures all over his white tuxedo shirt.
That's funny.
Yeah, James McAvoy shows off signed shirt from celebs at Oscar Bash. Let's see. Went to the Oscar, and then he like posted a picture of himself on Instagram with the caption, "Went to the Oscars, presented, got mugged by Sharpie-wielding celebrities. Thug Liberty. I'm sure my shirt is going to be defaced by more of those entitled graffiti mentalists as the night goes on." It had the autographs of Michael B. Jordan, Brie Larson, Charlize Theron, among others. And I believe I read today that he was going to sell it and give the money to a charity.
Good for him. What a great idea.
Yeah. That's what I think. I'm hoping I'm not making that part up.
Well, you better look it up now.
I am.
Seriously.
Yes, celebrities at the Oscars signed James McAvoy's shirt for a charity. I knew I wasn't crazy.
Sweet.
Oh, Glenn Close also signed it. Karamo from Queer Eye signed it.
I'll pretend to know who that is.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of Karamo Brown. He's one of the Fab Five. He will put up the shirt for sale with proceeds going to charity. He works with a number of them, including UNICEF and Ronald McDonald House. He's unsure when the shirt will eventually be auctioned off, saying this was off the cuff and alcohol fueled.
Off the cuff, I get it.
I don't think he meant to be punny, but good on him.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. So what else you got for me?
Oh boy. We talked about Brooklyn Nine-Nine being renewed.
Sorry I ruined that for you.
No, that's okay. There was a bit of news that came out this week about the Disney Plus shows.
Okay.
It was officially, I thought it was officially confirmed before, but it was officially confirmed that Tom Hiddleston will be playing Loki again.
Good.
And it was also confirmed that they will take place in the current movies universe.
Yay!
So
that means Loki's back. He's going to be back in...
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
Let
Stop
me finish
it.
the story. It will take place in the past.
Mother...
At some point.
Forker.
So, relax.
I can still hope. They're going to have to go... I mean, we know nothing about the new Avengers, but if that synopsis from before is actually true...
Oh, speaking of the new Avengers, keep going.
Then...
I need to find something, but...
Then that means that we're going to get the possibility that he comes back.
No, he's dead. Somebody, one of the directors maybe, or somebody said, no, he's definitely dead.
I don't like it. Oh. Did you know that Jerry from The Walking Dead got married this weekend?
I did not.
In a backyard wedding, and it was officiated by the king himself, Kari Payton.
That's funny.
It's adorable.
So back to Avengers. I read there's a what's a good measuring. There's a fuck ton of theories fan theories out there.
Yes.
About how everything's going to go down.
Yes.
I thought this one was really interesting, and I would almost like to see it. So I'm going to read to you. This one is from fatherly.com. I don't know why fatherly.com has an endgame spoiler. So fatherly.com says, and the theory postulates that those parallels, the theory is predicted on the parallels between Thanos and Tony Stark. The two foresaw a great loss. They proposed an idea to counter the loss. They were deemed mad, the mad titan and the mad scientist, and what they foresaw came to pass. So the theory postulates that those parallels will end on the cliff. Instead of sacrificing Captain America, Tony will walk to the edge of the cliff and ask Captain America to push him off. There's a conversation all the way back to the Avengers between the two characters in which Cap says to Tony, "You would never be the one to make the sacrifice play." Upon realizing that Tony's plan was to sacrifice himself, both Captain America and the audience will be overwhelmed, according to this theory. Redditor also supports his theory with comments from the Russo brothers, the directors, that Cap's story arc is larger in Endgame than Infinity War, and because Tony's worst fear is losing everyone around him, as in his vision in Age of Ultron, it would be fitting for him to give himself up, preventing that fear from ever coming true.
Okay.
There was more to it. The one I read previously was a little bit better. If I can find it. It was much better at explaining it. Maybe this is it. It is obvious that Tony and Thanos are parallels to each other. They both believe they're doing the right thing, with Tony making Ultron and Thanos doing the snap, and now both look like they didn't pan out the way they wanted. Case in point, in Age of Ultron, Wakanda states, Ultron doesn't know the difference between saving the world and destroying it, blah, 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 blah. Sacrificing himself, that sense of a normal life he knows he can never have. I feel like that is the emotional gut punch Endgame is setting itself up to have. Whether it is that, again, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, who the fuck is fatherly.com?
Well, it's not their theory. The theory was from a Redditor.
Okay.
They're just reposting it. And right now I'm looking at another site. but there was some other stuff. Infinity War as a film does very deliberate things that set up Endgame. Some examples: the Infinity Stones can be destroyed. Cap's "We don't trade lives" line. The whole how the Soul Stone is obtained scenario. My theory is, why would that line be any different, especially when it is one of the last spoken lines in the film? I don't think the Russos and Marcus and McFeely would allow that line to just pass on an ending like Infinity Wars.
Okay.
So features the rumors that the Endgame will feature some sort of time jump. To what extent, we don't know. Somebody said Catherine Langford is cast in the film. Most fingers point towards the idea that she is playing Tony's daughter, which I believe to be most likely. That is quite a big time jump in universe to make, especially if things are going to be fixed and resolved, quote unquote.
I forgot Catherine Langford was going to be in it.
What's that?
So I forgot Catherine Langford was going to be in it.
Right. I think she's playing Scott's daughter.
Oh.
I think that's how he gets out of... But we'll see. But somebody said, worried, look, which brings me back around to Tony's daughter. Why would they show him having a daughter now when a much bigger story is happening, unless it wasn't important?
Okay.
I don't know. So, I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, it's, if you want to go down the rabbit hole of fan theories, there are a shit ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
You could go on and on for days. So it's very, but I thought that was the most interesting. That was the most interesting one I've seen.
Okay.
The one I could most likely see happening. Let's put it that way.
I think we're gonna get a trailer next week.
I believe we're supposed to.
I know we're getting a second trailer. I think we get it during Captain Marvel.
I don't know. They don't tend to release movie trailers like that anymore. Because they want everybody to see it, like, at the same time.
Right, so we'll get it, like, Thursday, and it'll...
Oh, I know what you're saying, yes. I'm
or
sorry.
Friday, but it'll also be with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I'll be getting... trying to convince my wife to go see that next weekend.
I will be going...
She usually likes those superhero movies, though. Like, we saw Wonder Woman, and she really liked it, so I think she'll like Captain Marvel.
We're going to go Thursday night. So it actually worked out that we were recording tonight, seeing as though we were going to go to the movies next week.
Oh, so it all works out.
It all works out.
And the last thing I had, speaking of trailers, they dropped a second trailer for that what do you call it? Pokemon movie?
Yeah.
Ugh, God, that movie looks so good. There's no way that movie will be bad. If it's bad, the child inside me will officially have died.
See, I was never a Pokemon kid.
I wasn't a huge fan, but I mean, we were all fans. We all had the games and stuff. Like,
I didn't.
It looks so freaking good.
It did not meet our household. Like, my sister wasn't a Pokemon fan. Like,
yeah, we played Pokemon for years.
Yeah, we did not.
But yeah, this movie looks freaking bananas. Looks so good.
Okay. So let's talk Oscars, and then we'll talk the Umbrella Academy.
Okay, Oscars. Marvel made out like a bandit.
Yes, they did. I love you texted. Okay, so I was finishing up the last episode that we were going to watch for the night of the Umbrella Academy. And so I had not started the Oscars. And was DVRing it so I could fast forward. And I got a spoiler text from Jay, not realizing he's spoiling me, going, "You fucking right, Black Panther."
Well, at the same time, it's a fucking award show. I didn't spoil anything for you that, like, you wouldn't have found out 2 seconds after going on Facebook.
I know. And then you said there are going to be some pissed off people in Hollywood tomorrow. Why?
Because all these people that bitch and moan about superhero movies not being real fucking movies, like Steven Spielberg fucking and James Cameron want to shit all over superhero movies as often as possible.
Yeah, well, they haven't really made much original stuff in a long time, so...
Well, either way, so that's why I was like, oh, these people are going to... Now they got no fucking fuel to the fire. Although I'm sure they'll still find a way to shit on superhero movies. Well, it's, Although they'll have a hard time shitting on Black Panther not coming off racist, so good luck with that, fellas.
And here is the thing, so, my husband doesn't like award shows, will not watch award shows, he thinks they're terrible.
I don't like award shows either.
However, he stood in front of the television in my way to see if Black Panther won Best Movie. And when I told him like what Best Picture nominees were, he's like, "Oh, I'm rooting for Black Panther." And I just kind of looked at him and was like, "It's never gonna win." Like I feel like Black Panther getting a Best Picture nom was kind of like, let's throw the nerds a bone, even though it's never gonna win.
Yeah, and the one they ended up picking was like the shittiest of them all.
Well, there was a lot of controversy regarding Green Book because,
right.
And I was reading about because like I guess like Spike Lee tried to like storm out of the room.
Oh, he did storm out. I think he got to the lobby or something.
No, he didn't get to the lobby. He was made to go sit back in his seat because you can't be up out of your seat when it's live. So they made him go sit back down. So I was reading up on like what the controversy was. Apparently, Dr. Shirley, the guy who Green Book, who Mahershala Ali portrays, his family did not want that movie being made. Correct. And it's not even about him.
The book is not.
No. The movie is not.
Oh, right.
The movie is about the guy that Viggo Mortensen plays.
Yeah. The white guy.
Yeah. But the whole thing is that according to Dr. Shirley's, like, one of his brothers, like, it said, the movie said, like, he didn't speak to his family, and they're like, yeah, we talked every single week. Also, the driver they weren't friends. He didn't keep the same driver for 6 months, let alone 18 months.
Yeah, they basically said too, like they found that the movie like pandered to the white community and like, oh, you see, there's no racism, it's all good. These guys, like, no, that's not how it was.
And they barely even mentioned what the Green Book was.
Yeah. So I agree with that. It didn't get any other awards, and all of a sudden it wins Best Picture. That's bullshit.
Well, it got Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's deserved. He was decent in the role, whether it was true or false. But yeah,
like he won. Mahershala Ali's a great actor. I mean, he was on House of Cards. I really enjoyed him in that. The fact that he was nominated for 2 Oscars and won both of them speaks to his acting talent.
Yeah, I just think like there was so many of all the movies, like so many other ones dealt with the issues in such a in a drastic and much more straightforward way that this one was like, yeah, it was kind of like a watered down. Here you go, fellas. See, everything's all great.
Yeah.
Like, I guess there was a scene at the end where like Mahershala, however you say his name, I don't know how to say his name.
Mahershala.
Like was teaching the white guy how to eat fried chicken or something, and like it was like really God. People were really pissed. They're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, I could see that being problematic.
So that's where we are.
And then let's see. So then I texted you with John and Anna are there.
We saw them, and my wife turned to me and said, "I wonder if she shaved her armpits for this award show." We tried to figure it out, but we couldn't.
It looked like she did. And then Mike Myers and Dana Carvey introduced Bohemian Rhapsody.
They did.
And then John Mulaney, he was wearing the ugliest jacket ever.
I like that jacket.
Oh, Jay, that jacket was horrible. It looked like something his wife designed for a couch.
Oh, I liked it.
I think Ashley said he wore curtains. Oh, and then I like that you fed into it with the gaga.
Yeah, how did I spell it? I put
G
G
apostrophe
apostrophe
G
G-A.
A. And I said she looks stunning, and I would climb Brad like a tree. And you said, are they together now? I said, no, his wife is there. They have amazing chemistry. You said, okay. I said, and she has a fiance, and you told me, no, not anymore.
Yeah, no, her and her fiance are no more.
Yeah, and then she was like spending time in Mexico with and that's why her sister was her date. Which is why she looked so tan, because she was in Mexico, like enjoying being single. And then I said, oh, they're not. Oh, he's not married, just dating and have a kid together. I bet he has BDE. To which you said, Lord, on that note, I'm going to bed.
And then I went to bed.
But here's the thing. So I saw on Instagram that Lady Gaga addresses the Bradley Cooper romance rumors.
Okay.
And says, yes, people saw love. And then she goes on to say, she was on Kimmel. And she says, yes, people saw love. And guess what? That's what we wanted you to see. Shallow is a love song. A Star is Born is a love story. It was so important to both of us that we were connected the entire time. When you're singing love songs, that's what you want people to feel. I'm an artist, and I guess Bradley and I did a good job. Fooled ya. So,
all right.
For those of us, well, not me. I don't want that to happen, only because then she'd be looked at as a homewrecker because he's got a kid and a partner.
It's his choice. They're not married.
I know, but I love and respect Lady Gaga. And did you see the fucking necklace she was wearing?
Maybe.
She was wearing like a 10-carat canary Tiffany diamond.
Oh, good for her.
It was gorgeous.
All right, and can we talk about the other movie that won an Oscar?
What movie is that?
Are you serious?
No.
Spider-Man.
Oh.
Won Best Animated Feature.
Yes.
At the Oscars.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, so good. It's an Oscar-winning film.
An Oscar-winning comic film.
An Oscar-winning animated comic film.
This is true.
About Spider-Man.
I'm hoping that it comes out soon on VOD.
It's out. It's out now.
Is it?
Yeah, it came out this week. Last week of February it came out.
Okay, then I'll watch it this weekend probably.
I believe it did. Yeah, it's out right now.
Okay.
You can get it at Target.
Okay. Then I'll get it on iTunes this weekend probably.
There you go. And also, it's back in theaters.
That's weird.
For this week, for just a week. No, I think it's back in theaters because it won an Oscar and everything, and they were like, "Hey, come to the theater and see it again." So, you guys should try to go to the movies and see it. It's worth. I would see it in the theaters. The comic style of it, really plays into seeing it on a very large screen.
All right.
You will text me afterwards, and you'll say, "Thank you for talking me into this. It was a good idea."
We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing.
Write that down because you're going to want to know how to type that word for word.
Okay. But also, I'm very glad that Rami Malek won an Oscar for his portrayal.
Oh, if he didn't, that would have been the biggest sham of the whole fucking night.
But did you see that he fell off the stage later on? And
yes.
Paramedics had to come and check him out?
Yeah, poor guy fell off the stage.
Now, did you know that him and the woman who played his girlfriend in the movie were together?
The woman who played Mary?
Yes.
No, that's his real life girlfriend?
Yes.
As of filming the movie or even before that?
That I don't know. But
Okay.
I do know that they are a couple, and that's why he was like, you were the heart of this movie, and you've stolen my heart. Like they are. That's why they were like actually kissing when he won the award.
Yeah. Oh, Lucy Boynton.
Yes. Yes. No, they are a real couple.
They met on set.
Okay.
So.
I mean, their chemistry was good. Like you could tell they had chemistry.
Yeah.
So moving along, Umbrella Academy.
Thoughts?
I want more now.
And that's saying a lot considering how much you. Okay, so anybody that has not seen this, you're probably not going to want to listen to this podcast because we're going to just spoil the crap out of it. And that's saying a lot because there's some things in that movie that you were not a fan of.
That I was not a fan of?
To go back to my text messages, you said.
42.
Let me see.
I'm just writing a timestamp so we can put the timestamp in of our spoilers.
You said. There
was nothing. No. Oh. Okay.
Hold on. Don't do it here.
Okay, I will. But you need to read what you wrote back word for word because there is some amazing, crazy spelling you did.
Was the first thing you said about Luther? Was that the very first thing you said?
Nope, I said I'm really enjoying the Umbrella, especially Klaus. Then Luther was the next part.
Okay, you said Luther is a werewolf. Oh, you didn't warn me about all the time travel. You know how I feel about it. And then I said, damn right I didn't. I knew you would like Klaus and Nee, not a werewolf.
Yes.
It's with a K. Said he's not a gorilla. Or he's not a werewolf.
Yep.
You'll understand before the end of the season.
And then I said, did you get all these Joe and now motherfucker? And you said, sorry, was working on the Jeep, just saw them. I said, it's okay.
EJ is obsessed with Pogo.
And that was the end of our Umbrella conversation.
I said, you fucking right, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oscar spoilers.
That was all we talked about with the Umbrella Academy. I don't think I mentioned anything the next night.
No, I said something else, but you never responded to it.
That I didn't get it.
Said,
the next part of the conversation was about Good Mythical Morning. And then on to the Magicians. Oh, on the last episode now, you said you were going to be so pissed and I think it's hilarious.
Yes, because it literally ends with time travel. And I can hear you go, fuck!
I believe my response was, are you kidding? That's where it's ending?
Very interesting. So, a couple things from the comics. I don't know if you're aware of the comic books.
I know that they exist, and I know that Gerard Way wrote them.
So, in the comics, so first of all, we were talking about Luther. So, in the comics, Luther is, I believe, and it's somewhere in between what I'm saying and the actual reality. So, if I'm wrong, I apologize. But he gets injured on the moon, and his head is sewn onto the body of a space gorilla.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah. Comics. Fucking weird. Like, super fucking weird. So, like, yeah, his head is transplanted onto a weird gorilla thing, not, like, given a serum that turns him into a gorilla. Which we know it's a gorilla because there's a mention of him wanting to donate blood to what's her name?
Allison.
Right, and he says, "Yeah, no, you can't do that. Your blood has more in common with me." Pogo says to him.
Yeah. Well, that's said in the TV show too.
Well, that's what I mean in the TV show. Sorry, apologize.
Okay.
The other thing is, in the comic books, the professor is from a different planet.
Okay.
He's like an alien. To which they very subtly, and I don't know if maybe you missed it. I missed it, and it didn't make sense to me at the time. I remember going, what the fuck is going on? And then I read about it later. So do you remember the episode where he flashes back to his wife dying?
That's the final episode.
Right. So she tells him to take the violin and this and that.
Yeah.
If you notice, when he looks out the window, there's all these rockets taking off, like hundreds of rockets.
Yes.
And it didn't dawn on me at the time that maybe I think they are playing up the fact that he's from another planet. Because then you don't see him get on whatever vessel carries him to the city. You just see him getting on, and then you see him getting off.
Okay.
So I think it's to be expected that he will be from another planet.
Okay.
I think, obviously, hopefully they're still going to explain why these 38 women all of a sudden became pregnant and gave birth all within 24 hours.
Not all within 24 hours. It was all at the same time on the same day. It was all, they were all spread.
Well, less than 24 hours. It was like 8 hours.
No, it was, he said it was like the 12th hour of the 12th month. It was all
that's right. Yeah, they literally it
was simultaneous
gave birth
births.
within an hour.
Yes, all at that same time.
Like, because you see the girl jump into the pool in the first episode.
Yes.
And she starts, screaming, and they pull her out of the pool. She, jumped in not pregnant and
yes.
got out of the pool full term.
Yes.
So that's really strange. I think that's going to have something to do with, some alien shtick.
Yeah. So I have a theory, because I was talking to my friend Chuck last night, or the night before, about this. And I have a theory because of the way that the episode ends. So it ends, and they
series you're saying?
Uh-huh.
The way the first season ends?
Yes. So how the first season ends. Because when they were deciding to go back in time, 5 looked at Klaus and said, made a comment about Ben. And Klaus is like, Ben's in. And Ben grabs onto Klaus as they're all holding hands to time travel. Well, if you notice, when they go back and you see the blue all around them and they've now aged down, Ben is in his childhood uniform.
Okay.
So I think they're jumping back till about the age of 13.
Yeah.
Which means Ben's still alive.
Correct.
So theoretically, they can save Ben from his death.
With whatever that killed him, right?
Yeah. And so my friend Chuck had mentioned that he thought that Ben has feelings for Klaus. Because when Klaus was trying to see the guy from Vietnam, David or Daniel, whatever his name was.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben walked away. And it wasn't I'm going to give you privacy kind of thing. It was I don't want to see this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe there was something to the Ben and Klaus relationship. Romantic
Could
feelings.
be. I thought it was he was just annoyed with him, but maybe there was something more to it. I'd be interested to see it again.
I don't think he was annoyed with him. But I do his powers are amazing now that he can manipulate the dead to do things.
I don't know if he can manipulate them. I think he can manifest them.
Yeah.
Completely. He didn't make Ben fight back. He just manifested Ben enough that he could actually
But he was holding on to Ben.
What?
But he was holding on to Ben and basically using Ben's powers with Ben.
See, I don't think that's the case. I think he was holding on to him because as soon as he lets go, he would stop manifesting. He has to hold on to him to keep him like solid, let's say.
Maybe.
It's Ben has the free will to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
That was the way I understood it, and that was the way a lot of people said online. He has to maintain constant contact, or else they will lose their form.
Okay.
So, Ben saving them was Ben saving them.
Do you think Diego wants to fuck his mother? The robot lady?
Well, I mean, his mother's a robot, so it's not really his mother.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, that was their mom.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he just cares for him. Like, I think he's a mama's boy.
Okay.
I think he just that's his mom.
I got some like weird kind of
I don't
creep
think so
vibes about it.
No, I just think he's got a lot of insecurities. He had the stutter thing that you find out about. I just think I think he's a very insecure person, and there's not many people he cares for, and I think his mom is one of them.
Okay. And then there was I was talking to a student about it yesterday, and I queued it up to the very end. So Cha-Cha is dead.
Correct.
But Hazel, no. Cha-Cha is dead because she died in the fire. Hazel and the donut lady were sucked into one of the time vortex things.
No, they had a suitcase.
Did they have a suitcase?
Mm-hmm. He had a suitcase. They used it seconds before the fire hit.
I'm going to have to go back and look again because I didn't see the suitcase. I just saw the blue. And I was like, okay, so Hazel and the
That's what it was.
Okay.
They opened up the what's-her-name's suitcase.
Okay. So Hazel and Donut Lady got away, but Cha-Cha did not. Cha-Cha died a fiery death.
Correct. However, she's still going to be alive because they're going back in time.
God, I fucking hate time travel.
It's not that complicated.
That makes me mad.
So everybody's back. Except Hazel and Donut Lady.
Well, maybe they'll be back too.
No, they will be back because it's before they. It would be before they're traveling back to before they time traveled.
Doesn't matter because they're wherever they want to be.
Well, right, but their past selves are still where their past selves are.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Of course.
Fuck.
You leave the timeline. When you leave the timeline, you're still there before that.
I hate time travel, Jay.
It's not that complicated.
It is. It really is.
My freaking God.
I hate. You know how I feel about time travel, and yet we love Doctor Who.
What else? Yeah, I liked Pogo too.
Yeah. My husband was like so obsessed with him. The last couple of when we were watching it, he's like, "Where's the monkey butler? Where's?" I
liked the progression and the relationship between Allison and Luther.
What progression? They've been like well, not incestuous because they're not actually related, but like
right, they're not related.
But it's still, they were raised as siblings.
Yeah, but that's by a weird old man.
Yeah. And Vanya, I mean...
She's a psycho, huh?
She's not a psycho, though. She was manipulated.
Well, yeah, because she could destroy the entire Earth.
When, EJ compared her to Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Different power, obviously, but... Yeah.
But all she wanted was acceptance from her siblings. That's all she cared about.
And, I saw a couple articles talking about it and stuff. They had so many chances to redeem themselves, too.
Yeah.
Like, when she came into the mansion and Luther friggin' choked her out.
Yeah.
Like, if he just accepted her right there,
yeah,
they probably would have been fine. Or if they actually said, okay, we fucked up, let's let her out of the freaking vault. Like they had 3 chances to
But
freaking set things straight, and they completely fucked it up.
but even before then, when she showed up when their dad died, and they were like, you're an asshole for writing that book.
However, keep in mind that none of them knew about her powers at the time.
Except for Allison.
She didn't, though.
But she knew that she did something to her.
Right, but she didn't know what it was. She says that at the end. She goes, I didn't realize what I had done until right this second.
Yeah.
So she had no idea. For all intents and purposes, none of them had any idea.
I know. They were just...
Had they known, it probably would have turned out different, but they didn't and it didn't.
But even Klaus, the family fuck up, he should have been nicer to her.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
But his side story with Vietnam was just so sad.
Oh, that was insane, right? He decides to just stay there for a year?
So upsetting. Well, he fell in love.
He was in Vietnam for a year. It's crazy.
He fell in love. I mean, think about it. Would you leave?
I mean, I can't say if I time traveled to Vietnam. Yeah, if I time traveled to fucking Vietnam, of course I'd fucking leave immediately.
But he didn't know, like, I don't think he knew how, like, the thing worked.
All right, I don't know. Let me specify. If I showed up in a barracks and everybody started freaking out, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to open up this thing again and see what happens.
I suppose.
I'm not just going to sit there and go, all right, I'll go with this.
Hey, you're handsome.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Not you.
Whatever.
So yeah, that's all I got about Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. I think the second season is going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to go. I kind of want to go back and read the books.
Yeah. Yeah, and the newest one I think comes out this summer.
Yeah,
like volume 3.
What's that?
Volume 3 comes out this summer.
Yeah, so volume 1 then is called the Apocalypse Suit.
Okay.
And I believe that is the one that this season was loosely based off of.
And it's
the original story.
Not available unless you want the ebook on Amazon.
I'm sure people are buying it off the shelves.
Yeah, Amazon is sold out.
That's fine. I'll give it a few months. I guess that's all I've got.
Okay.
Oh, this just popped up on your newsfeed. Apparently, Kevin Feige has released a statement saying, yes, the quantum realm is the key to Avengers Endgame.
Well, we knew that already.
I know, but he's just confirming it.
Okay. So I was trying to find some fun stuff to, bring to the episode to a close. And got a couple of things. So we'll see how this one works first. 17 hilarious McDonald's Yelp reviews you won't believe are real.
Won't believe are real?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one is from Susie C. from San Francisco. She gives it 2 stars. And says, how are you going to call yourself a McDee's if you ain't got no ice cream? Don't you know I'm a mad, moody, emotional woman with effed up ovaries who needs me a McFlurry? Why you gotta do this to me? Sobs.
Okay.
Yasmin from San Francisco gives McDonald's 5 stars and says, thank you for helping me maintain my weight.
Okay.
Michael C. from Brooklyn gives it 1 star and says, they gave my McNuggets to someone else and I'm very offended because I am unearthly beautiful and could not be confused with any mortal.
Okay.
A lot of people from San Francisco. Jordan C. from San Francisco gives them 4 stars. And prefaces it by saying, this review is only the food and service, not the decor or location. This is a McDonald's. On the monthly occasion, I feel like taking out life's pain and suffering on my own body. I head here for a delicious, disgustingly bad for me food. I want it to taste like McDonald's food. A McDonald's hamburger is not a hamburger, just as McDonald's McNuggets are not chicken fingers. When you come to McDonald's, you're here for their hamburger and their chicken McNuggets. That said, they also have amazing dollar value menu and $5 for 20 effing nuggets. 20 McNuggets. $5. I have to throw out 8 of them or keep them for like the next day to avoid eating them all myself. I like the hot mustard sauce myself. Finally, a good trick, which they're supposed to charge 25 cents for, but don't, is to get 2 times cheeseburgers for $1.29 each, and then ask for Big Mac sauce on them, and you get more food for less money. 4 stars. Andrew from the Lower Pacific Heights in San Francisco gave them 5 stars. When you go to McDonald's, you basically have to hit rock bottom. And it's amazing. I don't understand why people complain about stomach aches and finding hair in their food. Typically, I only eat McDonald's when I really can't feel any worse, so even if I found a turd in my fries, I'd probably still eat it. Because this place is great for poopy food when you're feeling like a turd. I'd even eat a burger if they spit in it. Whatever, still so good, and it's gonna make me have explosive diarrhea no matter what. All for only $8. I highly recommend this restaurant for anyone feeling like a brown log wants to feel great up until the instant you finish the food. And then has a great book to read on the toilet because you're going to need it. Also a hot date spot.
These people are delusional.
Tom from Las Vegas gave it 2 stars and said, to be honest, I found quote-unquote Chef McDonald lacking in presentation. First of all, they served my food in a paper sack. Pictured on said sack was a character named the Hamburglar. I found him to be tacky and tasteless, and his demeanor in stark contrast to the atmosphere of family food I had come in search of. I'm gonna maybe save some of these. So I'm gonna try and salvage this with 21 just really funny Tumblr responses.
I'm gonna try to salvage this. Okay, go ahead.
So the question posed is, if you had 6 minutes left to live, what's the last song you'd listen to? A response was, I'd spent the entire 6 minutes trying to pick a song. So then we have Umshi, who says, is masturbating while smoking weed called master blazing? Baby Feraligator says, no, it's called hijacking. Shrexy Thing says, guys, no, it's weed whacking. Death Pup says, no, it's called disappointing your mother.
Oh. Jerk.
Botanize says, me being dramatic at work after I make one mistake. I'm going home to reflect on what I've done. I'm a work in progress. Thank you everyone for being patient with me. I deserve much less than the kindness you've shown me. Good night, team. Ancientrosa says, holy shit, this was me when I almost burned down the store 2 days ago. Botanize responds and says, I'll admit the mistake I made was a lot smaller than yours. Finger Backsnap says, I hate the word... That's their username, Finger Backsnap. I hate the word fandom so much. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck, stop turning things into fandom. I saw a post today about, quote-unquote, the bedroom fandom. No, it's fucking interior design. Sometimes people are interested in interior design. It's not a fandom. Shut the fuck up, I hate this website. Ryan the Mad King Haywood responds and says, things are heating up in the anti-fandom fandom.
The anti-fandom.
Okay. The only jelly I will put in my belly says, oh my gods, my boyfriend isn't home and I forget the English word for this thing. And it's bad, he usually helps, but I can't. Samuel C. Boslin says, I will assist. The only jelly I will put in my belly says, you know that little sea bug with the stupid hands and it has a home, but it changes home sometimes because it gets too big for it? What is it? Soul Collector LOL says, hermit crab? The only jelly I will put in my belly says, that's the bitch!
Sea bug.
What the hands?
Sea bug. What's this? Read it again. What was it? How did you describe it?
The little sea bug with stupid hands and has a home, but it changes homes sometimes because it gets too big for it.
Oh, that's glorious.
So JNCOS says, who was the man who first salted the slug? What was he thinking to try? Roaming the lands, pouring salt on God's creatures, hoping for one which would die. Woodrider responds, Billy Joel, Piano Man. I don't know. Garden of Fish says, do I date tall people? Just so they can always see me from my best angle? Or is that just a bonus for them? Pickles Thing says, IDK, how tall are you? Because that'll tell you why you date tall people. Garden of Fish says, I'm 5'2". Pickles Thing says, you date tall people because everyone is taller than you. And Human Loved Stories says,
that didn't go nearly how I thought it was going to go, but
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
If the frosting of your cupcake is equal to or greater in height than the cupcake itself, you made a bad fucking cupcake. We can't, as a society, keep supporting pastries that are just edible plates for 5-inch piles of sugar glue. T-Bot says, if you want a muffin, just say so. Just Shower Thoughts says, you're the bad guy in somebody's story. Archon the Manic says, pal, I'm the bad guy in my story. Bad and Naughty Rock says, when I was a young boy, my father ate entire fucking lemon. He didn't squeeze it out onto anything. He didn't cut it into pieces. He didn't even skin it. He just stuffed the entire lemon into his mouth and swallowed it. I've never seen anything so horrible in my life. To see a marching band. Like, it was the Black Parade.
I get it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Paper Mario Wiki. You ever think about how your skeleton is always wet?
Ew.
Cocky Horror says, I wish I never had, but thanks for ruining my life. HTTP Demonic says, don't worry, there will come a time when it's not. And Cocky Horror says, thanks, even worse.
Oh, that is weird. It is always wet, isn't it? Gross.
Tiddly says, at people with small purses, where do you keep your 70 pounds of trash? Nico Muppet said, in my car. The Speedy Delivery Russian Kid said, my personality, to be honest. Pieces Puzzle said, that's no way to refer to your children. Okay. Writing prompt says, humans start out at birth with milk white blood. The more crimes they commit, the darker their blood becomes. One day you meet your soulmate. Skip a few years and things are amazing. Until your soulmate trips, falls, and explodes his black blood. So JQ37 says, dude, I have not paid for music since 2006. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a crime. Me too, to be honest. Finn. Basically, like...
I mean, I get it, but holy shit.
Alright. Exhausted Trash Godix says... when it takes you a while to process what someone is saying and you realize they asked you a question. And the drawing is a bunch of squiggly lines with two lines going up in a circle, and then the last squiggly line has OH. So it looks like the end of a chemical compound. Doe Fox says, I cannot fucking believe I am drunk past midnight and Tumblr is throwing fucking saturated fatty acids at me. Music Princess 655 says, listen here, friendo. I didn't sit through a year of organic chemistry for you to come into my house and call a carboxylic acid a saturated fatty acid. You respect that hexadecanoic acid.
What?
Apparently the science fandom is heating up. Disney official says, met a dumbass today, awful. Soldier Peloton says, you looked in a mirror? Disney official says, someday you will have to answer for your actions and God may not be so merciful. Official United States tweeted, hey, here's a fact for all of my followers who follow me. butter, ice cream, milk, and cheese all come from the same animal. I can't remember which animal it is right now, but I know for sure it's the same one. Moonshape says, I'll give you a hint. It's moose. Official United States says, thanks, yeah, it's the moose. An anonymous person says, titties so big, call her bubonic plague. And somebody by the name of Mario Power Tennis says, hi there, I didn't ask for this. Alright, and finally, the person who made a joke and the person who is sick and tired of all the cleverness. Someone by the name of Pre-Coming says, what are the healthiest teas? Stalling says, honesty, integrity, and loyalty. Pre-Coming says, can y'all just ever give me a normal answer? That's it.
Okay. I don't understand people. All right. Well, on that note, you can find us at places on the interwebs, such as the Twitters. A and J have no ideas.
Jesus Christ, are you okay? Did you have a stroke?
I don't know. I smelled toast.
Oh my God. Luke Perry had a stroke today.
I know. Yeah. What a douche for making that joke. Nice job, jerk.
Damn it.
Yeah. Nice job. Or the email system, postage system at aprilandjhavenoideas@gmail.com, or Face to the Books and other places. Also, download podcasts. You could find us there with apps that play the Talky songs. On a side note, they should totally start calling podcasts Talky songs. Or Talky music.
Oh my God. Oh.
Hey man, what are you listening to over there? You listening to some music? No, I'm just listening to some Talky songs.
This might be the tequila talking, but that was very
funny. I get them. I'm due once in a while.
Oh my God.
Email aprilandjhavenoideas@gmail.com. We're on Facebook at April and J Have No Ideas. Anywhere you download fine podcasts, such as iTunes, Pocket Casts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and other places such as that.
You can also reach us on the phone.
If you would like to leave us a voicemail, you can do so at
475-212-5457.
We will play it while we record and laugh at you or answer your question or
the Talky songs.
Groan annoyedly during our Talky song recordings. By the way, the name of this episode is Talky Songs.
I'll rename it as soon as we end.
Please consider going wherever you download this podcast and give us a rating or review. That helps us get to more listeners and spread the word. I challenged you last week to recommend this podcast to 5 friends. That continues. Tell 5 people that you think would enjoy our podcast to give us a listen.
And they'll tell 5 people, and they'll tell 5 people.
And 5 more, and 5 more.
And it turns into a Ponzi scheme of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This podcast is just one big pyramid scheme. And we're failing miserably at it. And of course you can find us at randomchatter.com, as we are part of the Random Chatter Network that has all kinds of other fine podcasts and talky songs shows about other things that you like to hear about.
Oh my God, talky songs. I can't.
I may be a little overtired.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
All right. Well, I've been April.
And I've been Jay.
Don't do ASMR, please.
That's in case Tim's still in the shower.
That was a terrible idea.
For me to do that, or for him to tell us that?
For you to do that.
Yeah.
Well, let's end this episode so Sharon can make noise.
Okay.